We're back in action, ladies and gentlemen. We're back in action. We're at a spot that we've been at quite often on the channel. So it's no surprise if you've been here before. But we'll save it. We'll save it for when we actually get there. But it's fairly early and it's fairly cold. We're supposed to be getting some storms coming in. So pretty much a cold front right now. You can pretty much tell by the gloominess of it. It's not the prettiest day. I was actually hoping to catch the sunrise, but it happens. We do got some wildlife here though. I don't know if you guys can see them. The beautiful ducklings. Whack, whack, whack. 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 I don't do a great duck noise. They're preparing for the storm. A lot of them, I saw some of them flying earlier. It's definitely coming. You might be able to tell where we're at now. This is the Mossy Creek, and we are at the Pollock Works once again. Like I said, I wanted to catch the sunrise on Williamson Mound, but such is life. Such is life. We're onwards. Well, we'll take it onwards here. We'll show off some of this. Whack, whack. We'll show off this stone wall, some of these stone ruins, some other cool stuff. I've done a little bit more research on this stone wall, so once we get there, I'll elaborate. But hopefully you guys enjoy the journey as much as I do, even though it's pretty cold. Make sure to hit that thumbs up for it being cold. Also, shout out to this energy drink here, Fusion. I got it at my local Speedway, 7-Eleven, I guess. Very good. Good for the price, too, must say. I think you get 2 for like $2, and they're pretty good. We're coming up. This is the Mound Trail. I'm really hoping that we do not get precipitated on. Either snow, ice, sleet, whatever. Because there is some precipitation clouds accumulating. There are some precipitation clouds accumulating. Onwards we go. Okay, I want you to take note of this geography here and take note of the trail here. We're going to be walking along the wall. The wall is built up atop this hill point, or this ridge line here. And it is very well known that the Hopewell culture, who was very prevalent in this area, their earthworks we will be seeing fairly shortly. Their predecessors actually built the other earthworks that we're going to be showing you shortly. But if my thesis is correct, then this wall is in fact built by the Hopewell culture, of which are very well known for building stone structures along with their earthworks, particularly ridges, high ridges. They would basically fortify high ridges, high flatland, basically they would fortify. And there is in fact a bunch of flatland back this way as well. So you probably saw it back there at the creek, that little farmhouse. It's very well possible that that field there could be basically an ancient village. And it's certainly, like I said, the evidence is certainly prevalent. We'll see it here shortly, the Hopewell evidence. And when we say Hopewell, we're basically in Adena. The Adena is the predecessors that we were talking about. We're basically talking about the same culture. They're basically differentiated because, or we're talking about the same people that of which their culture basically evolved. So I just heard a tree creak. It was kind of eerie. But here we are coming to top of the wall. So let me go ahead and swap this around. This thing is pretty cool, guys. All right, so you might be able to see it up there. We're taking a walk up. And like I said, if you notice, we're coming up on the ridge here. And I'll show you guys how close the Earthworks is to this structure. This really isn't even much of it. This is more of the eroded part of it. Let me set my drink down. So it's basically, it's been eroding away. And we'll get some better signatures of it down this way. It's way more defined. This is pretty much the start of it, more or less, at least of what's left of it. And you can see it's basically been just eroding away over time. Now, let me set my drink down here. Here, before we delve into it any further, we will take a walk down here and show you the more well-defined features of this structure. So actually, there you could see it very well. Yep, there's a great view of it. Much more defined this way, of course. We'll take a walk and see. Now this is very peculiar. Now if you notice right here, this is a natural cliff. Sorry, I'm hearing weird noises, guys. It's freaking me out. I'm hearing woodpeckers. And all sorts of things. We're about to get a gust of wind. Guys, I'm getting spooked. I don't know if you believe in superstitious stuff or not, but I'm hearing some weird noises going on. It's just the wind, but whew, that was kind of spooky. That got my heart racing a little bit. I'm just superstitious. I was just talking to somebody at the Miamisburg Mound. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I recorded that yesterday or 2 days ago. And he showed me some pictures of a crazy footprint, Bigfoot footprint. That's what he said it was, from Preble County, Ohio. I'm gonna try and get those pictures and show you guys. But check out this, it's got me freaked out, I'm not gonna lie to you. But check out this wall, guys. Check that out, you guys. And it almost appears, I mean, this is a very, very old wall, guys. And sorry if I keep saying guys. I'm trying to get better at that. I know it's annoying for some of you. But you could tell it's been eroding away here. These rocks have been stacked up a long, long time ago. And as I was saying before, the Hopewell culture was known to make stone structures alongside their earth structures. And for some odd reason, oops, sorry, I got my finger in the way. For some odd reason, the Hopewell culture decided to start fortifying and basically defensifying, if that's a word, their structures. For questions unknown, really, or for answers really unknown, questions arise from that. But many question whether or not potentially there was a Mesoamerican invader or conquistador, if you will, or perhaps another outsider, or perhaps inner turmoil within the region. But for some reason, these people, particularly in this region of Ohio, decided to fortify their structures. And the evidence is right here. And again, we can't get back there. If you notice, that's a natural defensive point right there. And we can't get back there, but there is flatland back there, so it would be a perfect place for really a large settlement. And we will take a tour of the, ow, stick in my face, stick in my eyeball. Oh my God, that hurt. That's a good view of it though. And I did measure it in another video, and at its highest point, I measured 8 feet, and that's with it being eroded away, of course. So, I mean, you can just tell how much of it's just been eroded away down this hillside here. It's pretty dang neat. It's a little hidden treasure out here, y'all. I call it the Hopewell Wall. The Hopewell Wall. And like I said, there's been debate amongst, well, I haven't really heard anybody talk about it. I'm kind of the first person that I've seen record anything about it, or, you know, really heard anything about it. Although one of you guys did mention there being caves up here, which sparked my interest in the first place. Forget who that was, but shout out to you. So, I'm not sure if it has a name or if it's even been documented in any way. I haven't been able to find anything. Take a look at this. Right here's kind of the, more or less the start of it. Let me find my energy drink that I set down. Yeah, I'm hearing some weird noises in the woods. But I'm gonna go and find my energy drink, and then we'll head off to the mound, guys. Pretty amazing. The Hopewell Wall. That's what I'm gonna call it. As I was saying before, whoa, I've kind of had debates amongst myself. Like I said, I've never really seen anything documented on this, so I don't know if it's made by settlers, in the late 1700s or 1800s, because they were known to build kind of landmarkers, but that would be an astronomical amount of work just to do that, I would say. So this is more, I think this is more from a permanent settlement, like of a large swath of people in this like general location, you know what I mean? Because in modern times now, even for settlers, there's really not enough people even here in modern times to make something that big. Like, even around the time of, you know, colonists and settlers coming, there weren't that many in this area to make something that large. It would have to be a larger and older, ancient, long gone indigenous population that, in my opinion, would build something that large. Because, well, hopefully me slipping there wasn't a Freudian slip from the universe telling me I'm wrong. But from my assumption, I mean, that is a very, very long wall. It basically covers this entire ridge line. And I have checked it on Google Maps, and for my rough estimate, it's roughly 1,000 feet in its heyday from where I think the erosion starts, and from where I think it ends, basically at the start of the mound, of which we are walking to now. And again, you can kind of see it right there. And we're walking the trail of the Adena Mound. Now, like I was saying before, the Adena were the predecessors of the Hopewell culture. So it's just something, it's a way for archaeologists to identify the difference between times, basically. But really, it's the same indigenous population, right? The DNA and the culture probably didn't change that much. It's really just a culture that evolved. So Adena, Hopewell, more or less, I think, the same culture that has evolved. Now take a look at this natural peak right here. There's the natural defense. So you can see why you would want to fortify this, because it's just a great natural vantage point. We'll swap this around and show you. So there she is. That's the natural ridge. And the wall back this way. And it even extends out a little bit past this way, I think the erosion does. But yeah. We'll go ahead and walk to the mound, which is right up there. There's the signage. So, we're on the trail. I'll show you how close it really is. I mean, we were literally, the ridge is right there. You can kind of see what I think is the eroded stone structure of some kind. Now I'm gonna start breathing a little heavy here, so I'm out of shape. And this is pretty elevated, as you can tell. Pretty good indicator. Woo, yeah. And again, the wall goes up and up and up, and it follows all the way up here. And we'll be able to show you kind of an idea of maybe where the village might be. Where I would think one would be. It's a catch tree. Not actually, but could be. Could be one for us. We could catch something in there. Cache meaning store, if you're not familiar. C-A-C-H-E. catch. I think that's how you pronounce it. I probably pronounced it wrong. Pretty intense elevation. We've been here a million times. I'm sure many of you have been here a million times with me. Shout out to you if you're still watching. And there's a deer. Just saw a deer go by. I thought it was Bigfoot. Hold on, we'll get a shot here. I see him. You can kind of see him moving back there. He gone, or she gone. I think you saw it right at the beginning. I think you saw its tail. But there's the mound, if you're not familiar. The Williamson Mound. And if you watched the Miamisburg video, you guys saw the signage at the Miamisburg video. It was way better than this signage. I mean, come on, this structure is a nice structure. It's a nice ancient structure. It deserves some more information, some better signage. There's plenty of room for it, in my opinion. I mean, you could put a sign here, better signs here with telling about the culture, showing some artifacts, talking about the mound. I mean, this tells no information about it. There was, I guess that's what I'm here. That's what I'm here for, right? So, this mound does have some excavation information, but it wasn't fully scientifically excavated. It was more or less like halfway excavated in the, I believe, 1970s. So they could display some information there about that. It's widely believed that it's used as a lookout mound, probably in a coordinate to that wall there in some way, shape, or form. I would imagine that it plays, this was probably an important site that they wanted to guard. There's probably a lot of people living here back in 2,000, 3,000 years ago. So if there was some sort of, say, Mesoamerican culture coming from the south, or perhaps even people sailing across the sea, who knows? You might start fortifying important sites as well. I'm kind of rambling, but you'll see why this is probably looked at as a lookout mound. I do not believe there were any known burials in this structure, but since it has not been scientifically excavated, I would not be surprised in the slightest if there were burials remaining in this structure. Probably, if it's anything like the Miamisburg Mound, it's probably some sort of stone tomb or log tomb. The best way to be able to tell without excavating it would be for LiDAR, to do a LiDAR scan of it, which would be awesome. But here we are, guys. This is the Williamson Mound, and we'll show you why it's taken a look, or it was used as a lookout mound, probably. It might get windy up here, guys. Geez, these steps are a little little scary. They weren't that bad before. It must have been from all the cold weather and stuff. All the snow built up on them. Damp. Dry rotten. Whew. So now you can kind of see why, unfortunately, all this new growth forestry is here. Honestly, kind of wish that this was butchered down. I wish they would remove all of this so you could get a better view. But there you can see the flatland. That would have literally been a perfect place to live. I'm telling you guys, probably back here, right along this ridge, this right here, you'd have full coverage of this. You'd basically be tucked back in this corner right here. And the creek runs this way, so it's kind of a natural structure or natural defense. You gotta think the creek follows my finger basically back this way. And then where you saw that farmhouse, that's where all that farm field is. I believe that's where you would find the most evidence of an ancient village, I would say. That would be a perfect place in accordance to this, the stone wall, the creek and the river. I mean, it would literally be a perfect spot if you were tucked back in right here in this field. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I've covered many videos on this site. If you want, I'll leave all of them that I know of. There's so many that I probably will forget some. I'll leave all of them that I know in the description below, and you can check them out. I've covered this site a lot, and I'll be coming here forever, probably. So I definitely want to do some LiDAR scans one day on a lot of structures, but this structure in particular, because it's never been excavated. And yeah, I think it could hold a lot of merit. So I also want some better signage, damn it. Deserves better signs. So without further ado, we'll check out another earthwork here at this location. This structure is built by the Adena culture, as I was saying before. And it's widely believed that they did light signal fires atop of these mounds. Obviously, it's debated. There's many debates on what these were actually used for, but I think it holds a lot of merit. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Off to the Pollock Works, a very cool site. Something that I've also had kind of a couple epiphanies with. So that should be pretty fun. Some epiphanies. If you ever want epiphanies, come to a place like this and just sit for 15-20 minutes. I'm not going to do it today because I got recording to do and I don't want to get precipitated on. But if you ever want to have an epiphany or a revelation to yourself, come to a site like this and just sit on top of it for like an hour. Seriously, like an hour, and hope that nobody comes and ruins the bliss. But oh, here we go. We got deer tracks here, so you don't think I'm crazy earlier. Looks like a little doe or a baby. Off to the Pollock Works. Here's the creek. As I was saying before, you can kind of get an idea of what I was talking about in accordance to the mound. There's the sign for the mound. There's the natural ridge. The wall's down there. And the mound is right up there. I saw a massive blue herring. I wonder if it'll come back. But you can kind of see what I'm saying with the natural defense and whatnot. That wall's got to be ancient. It's got to be. I'm almost certain of it. Look at this massive tree. That's an old growth tree. It's got to be ancient though. It's got to be. A lot of other people's opinions I've heard also agree, but never know. Here's another old growth tree. I think. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is peace, serenity, tranquility, blissfulness, heaven, awesome, extravagant, wonderful. How many more words can I use to describe this majestic land? Not many. The Pollock Works is right up here. Another ancient earthworks coming up now. But first, let's get some cool river shots. Or I guess it's a creek. Yeah, I'll quit that now. Get out of the way, tree. You're ruining the shot, man. This is the Mossy Creek. Mossy Creek. And again, the Pollock Works is actually, I got it wrong on the camera before because it was backwards. It's not up there. It is in fact up there. Right up there. If it were summertime, I mean, granted, realistically, I could technically cross the creek still in my garments. But I could cross right here and be fine. I don't really want to, though. I don't want to risk it for the biscuit, you know what I'm saying? I do got extra socks and stuff, but I don't know. Should I cross the creek in my handy dandy waterproof? They're not so waterproof anymore. I really could. I could. It would save me a lot of time, because otherwise I have to walk all the way down here, all the way around, all the way back around. I must say, it is quite tempting. Off we go. Well, dropped my damn phone in the creek. That's what I get for even trying to step foot near that damn thing. Luckily, it was only for like literally 1 second. I heard it drop. I was like, what the hell is that? I looked down. My phone's in the water. I'm freaking out. Instantly pull it out, dry it off. I probably shouldn't even be recording right now. It's probably not good for my phone. But it seems to be okay. I'm going to run it back and see how the audio does. It's always something, I tell you what. Hopefully the footage doesn't get ruined. But we won't let that ruin our time, guys. We're off to the Pollock Works like we should have been doing from the start. I'm going to check this audio now. Well, the audio seems okay. The video seems okay. Look how blue that water is. Reminds me of the blue hole at the old Yellow Spring. Here we have the natural geology, of course. The old blue hole. I can't believe, well, I can believe it. But I can't believe I dropped my damn phone in the freaking water. It's got me all paranoid now that but it seems to be doing okay. So hopefully it doesn't malfunction at a time that I need it most. Or don't need it most, I guess. Still pretty cool though. Always love coming here. Can't have a bad day here, I tell you what. I literally heard that bobber in the wind. I kid you not. The wind blew that bobber and I heard it jingle. Someone was fishing over here or on the other side and lost their bobber. Oh yeah, look at that hole right there. Pristine, buddy. That's a good fishing spot right there. They pile up right there. Let's go take a look down there. We'll go take a look skis at the old fishing hole. I want to try and FaceTime my buddy Thomas, see if let's see if he's my fishing buddy. I'd be jealous of this. I wish I should have brought my GoPro because I could get him on FaceTime. That'd be cool. That'd be a good little it's all sandy down here. Look at all the shells. Oh my god, glass. Fishing spot usually accompanied by a drinking spot for some. Drinking and fishing, they go hand in hand. I'm looking for anything peculiar. That's kind of an interesting little frozen rock. It's very dark. Yeah, it's very deep out there. You're gonna see the drop off. Probably a glaciated little spot from glaciers long ago. You can see where the deer have been coming down here. It's also a drinking hole, apparently. Been there, done that. You guys probably seen that in the video. This is the old, well, I call it the rock shelter, but it's a rock overhang right next to the Mossy Creek here. Back here is the old channel. Don't think we're gonna go back that way today. We're actually going to take a little track this way. The hell is that thing? Yeah, the geology here is you always hear me say it, but it's really cool. It's for lack of better words. It's very cool. Look at that megalithic rock. Whoa! It's crazy how smooth this rock is, too. So, we are now officially walking to the Pollock Works. Thought I saw a fossil here, but I did not. I found a fossil at the Yellow Springs with JP. Probably saw that on film. Maybe not, I don't know. Ooh. Always thought this was pretty interesting. How it looks like it's been, it looks like it's been mined, you know? Looks like it's been chipped away and mined. Whether that's the case or not, I could not tell you. I'm sure there's some sort of natural explanation for that occurrence. Oh, we're losing the trail here. I always wanted to find a petroglyph, guys. Wonder if there's any petroglyphs hanging around here. To me, it seems like a good place for there to be one. It's just a matter of finding it, right? It's cold weather and this moisture. Got my lips all chapped up. Looks like lion's mane almost. That's probably not the case. I'm no mycologist. I can smell Pollock Works. It smells like fish. It's a nice little trail, though. I was expecting it to be a much worse day, but it's actually turned out to be a pretty good day, aside from dropping my phone in the water. But soon enough, I'll forget that even happened. Look at that little divot. And we were right over there just a few minutes ago. And up here is the great Hopewell Pollock Works. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying so far. Ooh, look at all these eroded rocks. The way they're stacked like that makes you wonder how close it is to the old Pollock Works, which is right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not there quite yet, but it's right up here. Look at all the eroded stone right here, man. It's very peculiar, I tell you. Especially when you consider how much the Hopewell culture did build stone structures. Oh, wow. This is a recent break here. It looks like a bunch of trees fell over the last time we were here. Look at all the debris. Wow, those. Almost looks like a little moat right there. Oh, there's a deer down there. Big old deer. We might see it here in a minute. Well, yeah. Let's go ahead and show you the Pollock Works. Look at all the debris, man. It's kind of crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we've made it to the Pollock Works. It might be kind of hard for you guys to see. I know it can be kind of tough on the camera. But here, let's go over here. Ooh, stick in my eyeball. So right here, you can kind of see the entrance, and then it artificial mound here. And let's see if we can get a better. You'll be able to see a really good angle here shortly. Let me while I walk alongside of it, I will explain a theory, and we'll also get a better view of it as well in the meantime. But so this structure was known to have several stone mounds, almost like altars, if you will. There's no pictures of them or anything like that. There is some evidence of them, I believe, eroding away at the hillside. There's some evidence of what I think is remnants of these stone mounds. But it's documented for sure that this structure had stone mounds at the entrances. Now, I haven't been able to align it astronomically yet with anything. That's kind of something that I want to endeavor into later. But I do believe that those stone mounds were potentially set alongside this half circle, if you will. And it was used to measure the seasons, basically, like a solar calendar, which happens to be the case for a lot of ancient sites. But I do believe that the stone mounds were used as a way of seeing where the sun was in coordinates to certain seasons. Hopefully that makes sense. Probably didn't explain that the best, but here we have a great view of it. So, come around here. And if you notice, this is it right here, where my finger's following. It's almost like a crescent moon, right? There's another little entrance right there, and then it comes up. So there would have been a stone mound here. There would have been a stone mound down there. And we'll show you where the other stone mound would have been. Now it makes you wonder if potentially that is measuring the sun as it's in different stages. If there were a stone mound, you know what I'm saying, aligning with the sun or moon, potentially, either or. Now, like I said, I know it can be hard to see on camera, but this is the official entrance. And there you can kind of see it all along this way. And again, there would have been a mound here. Here, you can kind of see the remnants of it, I believe, eroding away down this hillside. And my guess, like I said, is that they were used to align, because we're up on a ridge. You can see the elevation that we're up on. You saw the creek down there. Might have been a solar observation mechanism. These people were master agriculturalists, so they were very attuned with the seasons. So I think that plays into why they worshipped birds so much, in my opinion. Because you have to think the bird, if you pay attention to birds, they basically tell you everything. When predators are around, when the seasons change, when it's about to be nighttime. I mean, I guess you'll know when it's about to be nighttime, but when the seasons change, you know, that sort of thing. But here you can kind of see the mound, or the earthworks. We'll get some better glances of it from the bottom angle here for you guys. Won't be able to do this very well in summertime. Not without being infested with critters. So there you can really see, and I really don't see this being I don't see this being used as a defensive structure. I mean, yeah, it probably had some sort of defensive mechanism, but I really do firmly believe that with stone mounds, if someone could figure, I got to delve into it some more of where these stone mounds exactly were. But if we could figure out how to line them up, possibly with certain solstices or season changes or astronomical events, whatever, I do think that this is an observation mechanism, though, or a calendar, if you will. I sort of had that epiphany when I came out here with the weirdos outside, Richie and Hayden. Kind of had that epiphany out here when I went from last time. And here we got some major pits. This is kind of where it gets off the unbeaten path, but it definitely becomes much more prevalent. You can really see the definition of it right there. And there's the little entrance right there. There she is. See if we can get some better shots. Here's a weird, this thing is really weird. I've always wondered what the heck this thing is. It's like a random pimple mound here, almost. But here you can kind of see it. pretty interesting. On the other side here, it's almost like it's also built up. This is like a giant trench. Perhaps this is what they made the mounds with. That's why it's all quarried out almost in this little area. Maybe there's a bunch of clay or stuff in this area. You can hear the creek down there. I'll be honest, I don't really know where I'm at now, but someone's been cutting trees down out here. It's like it's very marshy. It's like a floodplain almost, because there's a bunch of debris up there too. So I'm guessing this is where the river floods, or the creek, I guess. It's more like a river. But the Pollock Works is right behind us. Never actually been this far. Well, not that I can remember anyway. Well, I've been here a bunch of times and I've never actually recorded this. So why not do it today? This is an old 1800s lumber workshop, I believe. I actually think it's a house from whoever owned the land before. Ohio Department of Natural Resources, U.S. Department of the Interior. I'm pretty sure Doge is, isn't Elon Musk's Doge or whatever, like, getting rid of the interior or something? I don't freaking know. Oh, this is pretty neat, though. You see inside there, you could see the old workshop. Pretty cool. Stuck in time. Of course, locked. I don't know when they open this up. If they open it up. Ohio's natural investment. Yeah, I believe this was made in the 1800s, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get a gander at the front. By the way, somebody asked what gander meant. I believe it was Cerebus 6695 or something like that. And gander means to take a glance at or take a look at, basically. It's pretty cool. Looks like it's been reworked. Like that looks modern. The foundation looks modern. Has to be, because look how high this door is. I don't know what kind of wood this is made out of, but wow, look at the nails in that. They're like popping out. Pretty cool. Oh, here's the official sign. The Indian Mound Reserve. Look at the little chimney. Didn't realize it was 2 stories. I think it's 2 stories. I don't know why else there would be windows up there. Looks like it even has a basement too, potentially. I don't know. I don't see a cellar or anything, but I don't know. I'll have to figure out when they open this thing up. If they open it up. Who knows if they even do. all we can see inside. Look at those floors. I don't think it has a basement. Actually, maybe, I don't know. It definitely does not have an upstairs though. Well, maybe it does. I really can't tell. It's like really hard to see in there. I can't see how far it goes back. I don't know, guys. Still kind of cool though. I don't think I've ever really checked this out too much. I might have checked it out on like the very first video I ever did back in summertime. But I don't know. Till next time, y'all. Much love and appreciation. Peace.